Welcome to the Appointment Subcommittee. Today is January 8th. It's 5:30. We have Councilor Lynch and Councilor JP here in this meeting. The approval of the minutes. Would have any minutes yet to approve, so we're gonna skip that. Public speak time. If anyone here, we don't have anyone here to speak from the public. So now in the agenda is the time to the organization of this committee. I will nominate Lynch to be the chairman.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
So we have chairman.
Thank you.
And I will nominate JP to be the clerk.
I will decline.
You know, the clerk.
I'll decline.
I don't want to be the clerk either. But
I nominate Omar. Go ahead.
I'll do it.
I'll second the nomination.
So those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So I guess I'm the clerk. Because I was part of this committee before, and I have the information of who's going to be the appointments for the mayor. I will ask you to keep running the meeting.
Yes, sir.
All right. First, I want to start, I think it's the easier one. I'm going to start with the new appointment from the mayor. I'm going to start with Charles T. Connor. He's appointed for the council agent. He served before in a zoning update committee. That was in 1999. He served in the Easthampton Housing Authority committee. He grew up here in town. He is a real estate. Councilor JP probably knows him, like if he knows. He is 60 years old. He lived here in Easthampton all his life. He had two brothers. His mom, she used to use the gym at the consular agent. He knows what the consular agent is doing. He served 20 years at the Chamber of Commerce. His dad is 90 years old. His dad is the soldier home. He have a lot of knowledge in housing industry. And that's what I have from him. Any comments?
I've known him for probably about 35, 37 years. He's a good, solid member of the community, works hard, dedicated. If he wants to do something, he's going to put his best foot forward in effort. I think he'll be personable and easy to work with. The kind of person you want to have on the Council of Aging.
Any other comment?
No. Pretty sold on it.
Yeah, I will take a motion for Charles
I
Connor
move to approve Charles Connor
for the council agent for expiration time 12/31/2021.
Second.
For those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It passed 3-0. The next one is Joseph Metzler. Yeah. For the building commissioner, the expiration time is going to be 12/31/2022. He have a lot of extensive experience in building trades. He have completed the state building officials and building course. He is currently studying for the last two commissioner exam. I have no information here. He grew up all his life in Western Mass. He is working as a building official in the city of Holyoke. He went to Gateway High School Regional. He attended Western Mass Precision Institute. His resume is really impressive, really good. Any comments or?
From what I could see, he looked very well qualified for the position. Had been in several communities, and that's always helpful to gain experience from how things are done in other places. I did have a question, and I'm not sure it's relevant to a vote tonight, but whether or not, how long someone can serve in the position without passing the exam that he's currently studying for.
That's a good
I
question.
didn't know if anybody knew that.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's 6 months or a year or a 2-year appointment. or if it's only good until he takes the exam. What happens if you don't pass the exam right away?
How many tries do you get?
How many tries do you get? Do you still practice? Is it a provisional appointment of some sort? So those were questions.
Yeah, I think that will be a good question to ask at the chamber, to the mayor probably. Right?
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. I'm sure this may be our best selection now, so I'm prepared to move forward. But those were just
Yeah, that's a good
thoughts that are in my mind.
Yeah.
Did he mention anything about the exam other than,
No, I have an email there
Yeah.
because I talked to him and I say please to him if he can send me an email. And that's where they said, I have extensive experience in building trades. I have completed the state building official onboarding course and I'm currently student for the last 2 commissioner exam. As far as my personal life, I have 2 grown daughters. I have a granddaughter who currently live with me, and I have lived in Western Mass my entire life. But I have traveled extensively for work.
no?
That's what I have.
I mean, he's been in the business since 1985, so I mean, there's no question in my eyes on his knowledge and what he could bring to the table. But to your point, just passing the exam, do we motion to pass it with the caveat that he passes the exam, and if he doesn't, it gets rescinded? Or do we bring it to the mayor?
Or that it comes back to us for review. That may be something that maybe other.
It's not.
Maybe that's a little incentive to pass the test.
But the other thing,
Although maybe it's too much holding the gun to somebody. I
I
don't.
mean, I don't know how it's going to be the contract with him, but I assume the personal director is going to be in
The
charge.
personnel director should have reviewed.
She'll be
this, and-
review that. If he
and-
didn't pass those tests, she'll be in charge of what happens the next
So why don't
step,
we,
right?
why don't we table it until we get that information? Or is it a necessary?
How
thing.
far? How many days, Omar, do we have to?
This was, I think we have to do it,
I thought it was within 45 days.
yes,
Yeah.
and this
Or was it 30?
was,
Is it? I'm not quite sure. I haven't served on an appointment before.
trying to find out when we received this,
Is it stamped?
and that
It
was
should be stamped.
We
Our
received
usually
it.
stamps it.
December
Well, he
18th.
signed it on 11/27.
But it's when we receive it, and
Right.
we receive it December 18th. That's the
So it
last.
hasn't been 30 days.
No.
I think we're safe for 30 days on an appointment.
No.
I think they automatically get appointed if it's either 30 or 45
And we don't make a
days, if
decision,
we don't make a
correct.
decision.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to have that question answered, otherwise I'm prepared to move forward.
I'm gonna be honest with you, councilors. I'm ready to vote yes because because what I think is gonna happen is if he didn't pass those tests, the personal director is gonna let him know, and the personal director is gonna talk to the mayor about it, and I guess they have to take an action about it.
Here's my concern. Can we appoint somebody into a position who's not qualified for that role? Legally, I mean, he's qualified,
I mean,
obviously.
but I think, I mean,
I don't think you have to pass the test to be appointed.
it's okay.
I think
It's better. if
there's
you
a
have it.
time, yeah, it's better if you have it.
And
I
it's
think
a
there's
time. I think it's 6
period.
months. I think it is.
I don't know what that is, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And that's what I'm saying. Like for what we have in front of us, I think I'm okay with it. But I hear the concern and it's valid. But I think that's what we have a personal director for, in case that happens.
presumably that would be
Yeah.
the case, yeah.
Because that can happen to any other employees.
Yeah. Maybe the mayor has the answer.
And that's what I said. Maybe the mayor's going to be there tonight. And it's a good question to ask to the mayor. So the question now is that we're gonna go for it, recommend to move it. I'm okay to move it.
I'm okay to move it. It'd be nice to have an answer, but I'm
Okay.
okay too.
I'm okay to move it. I don't know if, depending on the answer upstairs, how I would vote
Yeah,
after
because
that.
we can
Afterwards,
change,
we can always
over
change
there.
it.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I will
Yeah.
move to appoint
Joseph,
Joseph
That's where.
McFord for building commissioner for the spring term of 12/31/2022.
I'll second.
For those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pass 3-0. To the mayor. And the last reappointment now that we have is for Thomas Malsbury. Some information here, so I got it. He's been serving at the BPW's in May 2019. He was remaining the portion of the time for Stan McCoy term. When he stepped out, the mayor appointed this guy, Thomas. He said my wife and I moved to Easthampton in September 2018, and we had previously lived in Northampton for 12 years before that. I have worked for the consulting engineering firm of Foods and O'Neill in Springfield, Massachusetts, and I moved in Massachusetts in 2006. I studied bioresources engineering at the Rutgers University in New Jersey, specializing in wastewater plant unit process, design and operations. My career has shifted over time from wastewater operation to environmental sampling and permitting, and now to industrial processing and safety compliance. That's the information that I have with him. He's been serving in that committee for
Certainly more technical expertise than
Yeah, we have a lot of
many
technical
people who enter into the Board of Public
Yeah.
Works. Really is an important position in terms of
Especially everything coming up.
responding,
Yes,
in terms
it
of being able to respond to the public and help to move
Mhm.
Public Works Department along. I know sometimes it can be interesting to try to get certain things accomplished.
Mhm.
And it's really because of the structure, we have a board that's separate from the line of authority, the mayor and the council. So it's a very important appointment. I don't know him personally.
Yes, I don't
Anyone you
know. No, I don't know him personally. I hear good stuff about him, but that's the only information that I have with him about him.
So will that fill out the Board of Public Works in terms of, I think
The
there are
members?
3 members?
Yes.
Who were the other 2 at this point?
It's a female and another guy that I don't remember their names now. If there's no further discussion, I will take a motion for Thomas Malsbury for the BPW of operation time 12/31/2022.
So moved.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Pass. For the record, I just received an email for the appointment that we already voted for Joseph from J.L. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Andrzejczyk. That he's in favor of it. He said,
Yeah.
Joe, if you want to read it, this will be good for me. You can start reading here.
Joseph Metzler has extensive experience on both public and private sides of the building industry and has shown himself to be an accountable, trustworthy steward of the public's trust. A member of the community as well as the industry, I can say that this, like several of the most recent appointments, is good of an appointment as one could aspire to make. I am confident in his time in the city, and it will be beneficial for all parties. In sum, great pick.
That's good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry that I forgot about that.
You just got that in.
I got that. Today I will forward that email to you guys.
Do we have any other business?
Yes, because we have appointments. We have to schedule the next meeting because we have new appointments. I think it's
Yeah, there's 3.
it's a few. Yeah. So to the councilors and the chairman if we want to keep
Wednesdays at 5:30 or
keep these meetings.
another time?
I'm good with Wednesday at 5:30.
I'm a fan of Wednesdays at 5:30, but
I'm okay with it. I like it.
but if it upsets
Nothing else.
the chair's schedule, I
Well, let's-
I certainly think that we can be flexible about that if something comes up.
Sure. Let's keep it at Wednesday at 5:30 then.
Keep it there?
Yeah, and
So next meeting is
is that the 22nd?
the 22nd. Second. It's 5:30 room. I think this is the B. Room
Yeah, I
B.
think so.
This is conference room B.
Yeah, right.
No, A.
8.
I think it's A.
I'll figure it out. One of the room. I don't think we don't have anything else on the agenda. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, pass.